Today on Good Morning Idaho, the death toll in the Ukraine crisis now includes a resident of the Gem State. Now his friends are remembering his life.
Plus, having a hungry belly, it makes it hard to focus on school. How a local school district is fixing the issue.
And a sweet scent you'll only find here in the Gem State will introduce you to the woman who makes it. Good Morning Idaho starts right now.
This is Idaho News 6. Good Morning Idaho.
Welcome to Good Morning Idaho on this Friday. We did it. I'm Kristen Scovira.
I'm Matt Sizemore. Thanks for joining us here on Channel 6 Roku or wherever you might be streaming us this morning. Let's head over. Oh my gosh.
Well, I made it to Friday.
Yeah,
Matt, he's gone.
I'm still on Tuesday, I guess.
Come with us.
Yeah,
it's Friday.
I'm trying. Thanks. Let's go to Anna Azalian, whose name I just said correctly. So that's a win. And hi, Anna.
Hello. Yeah, at least you have that going for you. You got the most important part right. Current conditions in downtown Boise right now, if you're headed out the door, depending on where you are in the Treasure Valley, you may see some scattered showers on your morning commute, so just something to keep in mind. But 36 degrees is the temperature right now in Boise. Feels just a little bit colder than that because of some wind, but that wind, the 8 miles per hour, we're going to see about that throughout the day. So kind of a breeze that'll affect the temperature a little bit, but not too much. Throughout the day, we're going to get up to 60 degrees, even hitting maybe 62 degrees, some really spring-like conditions. The sun will also be around throughout the day with a mix of some clouds just kind of peeking in here and there. It'll be scattered throughout the day. Now, tomorrow is when things are going to change. We'll get some heavier wind overnight tonight, and then Saturday afternoon and into the evening is when we'll see some rain. And I'll tell you more about that a little bit later.
Now the Idaho News 6 traffic report.
And there are the current drive times this morning. Things are looking good so far. 28 minutes from Caldwell to downtown Boise, from Middleton to downtown Boise 35, and from downtown Boise to Caldwell 30 minutes. So not really seeing any traffic that's affecting drive times quite yet. We're seeing some more cars on the road, definitely at I-84 at 5 Mile, but again, no big accidents or anything to be aware of quite yet this morning.
Anna, thank you. New details this morning on the humanitarian crisis in Europe. We are learning an Idaho man is among the dead in Ukraine.
Family members speaking out online saying the Driggs man was killed while standing in a line for bread. The U.S. State Department confirming Jimmy Hill was gunned down by Russian soldiers. We'll hear from a close friend and hear why Hill was there in just a moment. But first, our Jake Garcia shares a timeline of Hill's final days.
68-year-old James Whitney Hill, who lives in Driggs, Idaho, was killed in northern Ukraine Thursday, according to the U.S. State Department. Hill traveled to Ukraine in December with his partner. She was being treated for multiple sclerosis. Some of what you're about to see may be hard to watch.
With regard to the American citizen, I can confirm that an American citizen was killed. I don't have any more details for you than that, but I can confirm that.
Hill's experience in Ukraine is documented on his Facebook page. March 11th, I have no way of charging phone. I should preserve power. March 14th, we're hanging in there, very cold inside. Food portions reduced, bombing and explosions most of the night, hard to sleep. One day later, intense bombing, still alive, limited food, room very cold, IRA, and intensive care. The last update, March 15th, detailing a growing sense of discouragement. Hill says, not allowed to take photos. Spies throughout the city. Bombing has intensified. No way out. Reportedly, local police in Chernihiv were helping evacuate people to medical facilities at the time. The governor of Chernihiv region said that at least 53 people have died over the past day by Russian attacks, including people lined up to buy bread. Hill's sister posting on Facebook saying, my brother Jimmy was killed yesterday in Chernihiv, Ukraine. He was waiting in a bread line with several other people when they were gunned down by Russian military snipers. His body was found in the street by local police. The U.S. State Department has not released any further comment. Jake Garcia, Idaho News 6.
So sad. An Idaho community, of course, in mourning as heartbreaking responses come from the friends of Jimmy Hill after his tragic death.
And we're also hearing from a close friend who talked to our sister station in Idaho Falls about the dangers that eventually took Hill's life.
Karen Mosley is devastated by the tragedy that befell her good friend.
It's horribly sad. Hanging on to a hope and a thread and a dream, and getting to the hospital that gives you a little bit of extra hope, and then being thrust into literally the middle of hell.
Ukraine is known for using MS treatments that are not approved yet in the United States, like using stem cells. But the hope of longer life for Hill's partner ended his life instead, prompting this reaction on Facebook. So sorry to hear the sad news about Jimmy, such a kind and giving man and loved by thousands in Ukraine. Rest in peace. Also this from Liz Murphy. Jimmy, you will be greatly missed. You are a hero and a true humanitarian. Global prayers continue for Ukraine and your family. Rest in peace. Mosley says once war started, she knew the odds were against her friend.
And if he survives the bombing, how long can they go without what they need as far as food and water and heat?
It wasn't bombing, but bullets that cut Hill down. The fate of his partner, still unknown. Roland Barris, Idaho News 6.
Well, the war in Ukraine is now in its 4th week, and there are growing indications Russia's advance is stalling.
Yeah, President Biden is calling President Putin's actions inhumane a day after calling him a war criminal. Russia's massive army is facing a tough fight from the determined opposition forces. The Ukrainian defense minister went as far to say it appears the ground invasion is largely stalled on all fronts. Still, Russia is unrelenting in its airstrikes, shelling civilian targets. Ukrainian President Zelensky visiting citizens at a hospital in Kiev who've been injured by Russian attacks, and the search for survivors. It is now underway at a theater that served as a mass shelter. The building was struck despite satellite images showing the words "children" in Russian visible from the air.
Putin's brutality and what he's doing and his troops are doing in Ukraine is just inhumane.
The UN Security Council holding an emergency meeting today to discuss the unfolding humanitarian crisis. And more than 3.1 million refugees. They've fled Ukraine, about 2/3 of them heading to Poland.
And as people flee, many need places to go and ways to get there. A Magic Valley man and his group of friends wanted to do what they could to help. Last week, Rob Sturgill went online and rented passenger vans in Warsaw. This past weekend, Rob, his brother, and their friends headed to Poland. They're working to shuttle refugees from the border of Lviv to safe locations. Since landing in Poland, the group has seen people from across the world banding together to help.
It's amazing to me that the sadness and fear can be swallowed up by this love and kindness of all the people pulling together to help their Ukrainian brothers and sisters.
Refugees are transported to homes of relatives, Airbnbs, and houses of people across Europe, opening their homes to those seeking refuge. If accommodations are needed, the group arranges it. And many folks see the suffering in Ukraine and they want to help.
Yeah, right now, the safest and the most efficient way to do that is to donate money. The number of talented on-the-ground nonprofits and NGOs, they have the training and the resources to make sure that your dollar goes exactly where it's most needed. Now, unfortunately, as ever, those scammers are trying to cash in on people's good intentions. So the best option is to use a charity vetting service like charitynavigator.org. It helps you identify effective organizations helping Ukraine.
So for more ways on how you can also donate, head to our website. Go ahead and get out your phone. Open up the camera app right now. Hold your phone to the QR code on the screen right now, and it'll bring you right to our website, idahonews6.com, with all the information you need to know about helping the people of Ukraine. It is 6:08 right now. Still to come here on Good Morning Idaho. It's cheesy, melty, and frozen. We'll show you where you can find this frozen treat in news you can use.
Taking a look at some of your top headlines this morning, we could learn more about an American citizen killed in Ukraine. As we mentioned earlier in our show, Idaho resident Jimmy Hill was waiting in a bread line with a group of people when Russian forces attacked. Hill was in Ukraine so his partner could seek medical care. Investigators think fog contributed to a massive pileup on a Missouri interstate that killed at least 6 people. The video shows vehicles for miles with reports that between 50 and more than 100 vehicles were involved. Officials are now working to identify the victims and notify their families. And a major economic report is going to be released in just a few hours. The Index of Leading Economic Indicators. It's a key model used to predict future economic activity. Economists will be watching this closely after the January report showed indicators decreased. Okay, now to some news that you can use. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, and apparently it's the key to your iPhone.
Yeah, it's all relative. Now you can unlock your iPhone and keep your mask on. It's part of the latest update Apple rolled out on Monday. After the update, you'll just have to go through the process of scanning your face with your mask on. The update also features new emojis and an additional voice option for Siri. So that's good. I know a lot of people still will be able to use that feature with the mask. I would like to know what the new voice is for Siri. I currently have mine in an Australian accent for some reason.
I've never changed mine.
Really?
But I have noticed, I mean, wearing the mask, you know, and you're constantly like, oh, just,
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
Or always having to type in the password. That's
Yeah.
what it reverts to for me, at least, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but it's convenient. It's very convenient.
Sure,
to be
why
able to do
not?
that.
Yeah. Sure. So what are they looking at? Our eyeballs?
I guess so.
I will say the face mask matching, it must be so exact because I, as I've mentioned, have an identical twin. We have tried to open each other's phones. It will not let us do it.
Really?
So we're like, really?
Huh.
Interesting.
High
So it's
tech.
not, yeah, it must be very specific.
I guess so. Huh. They know what they're doing.
I don't know. All right. If you are one of the many people who fell in love with the Kraft mac and cheese ice cream last summer, this story is going to make you happy. So as of right now, you can grab the unique dessert at a Walmart near you, but you better hurry up. It could only be available for a very limited time. The Brooklyn-based creamery behind this flavor, Van Leeuwen, right? Also created 6 other flavors to be sold exclusively at Walmart. So it's called Planet Earth. That's one flavor. Pizza, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Hot honey, royal wedding cake, bourbon cherries, jubilee, and wild blueberry shortcake. And those are all available in Walmarts across the country.
Okay, pizza.
Still with the pizza. Wow.
Planet Earth, isn't that just dirt?
We discussed and never found out what Planet Earth was.
Yeah, we were going to. Never
Yeah,
did.
molten lava and magma. We don't know. Hot honey, though.
Yeah, that
one
could be
sounds
good.
interesting.
And then the others sound like
We
actual
need like
dessert.
a sample, like
Yeah.
just go down the line.
Yeah, try that. Just watch our faces and don't get that one
exactly.
probably.
Maybe a
or-
blind taste test.
And you know what? A lot of people really like the mac and cheese one.
I'm still intrigued, and we've been talking about it for so long. Now that it's at Walmart and we don't have to order it online
true.
or something, I
Yeah.
feel like there's no excuse. Plus the
Okay.
weather's getting good.
Yeah, it's getting warmer.
It's time for some ice cream.
Might hit 70 next week, so I think
Perfect.
that's definitely ice cream weather
Perfect.
compared to what we've been doing. So,
Which
that'll
is
work.
just
which is not that.
which is not that.
Which is much lower.
Iced coffee.
Yeah,
Just
there it
kidding.
is.
Here we go.
Starbucks, they want to eliminate single-use paper and plastic cups and instead provide reusable ones in order to meet company goals of waste reduction by 2025. Starbucks is testing a program that lets customers get their drinks in a reusable cup they borrow from a store location. Once done, the customer returns the cup. Starbucks cleans it, we hope. I added we hope. Then it's reused for other customers. Customer personal cups can also be used for in-store, drive-through, and mobile through 2023.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like an easy thing to do. I mean, you just have your own coffee cup. I know I have mine right now. It's from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Fill it up. You don't need to do that. And
No.
plus, if you have one of those mug things that I have over there, it's going to keep it warmer.
Right.
Or cooler,
What do they do with those? Can you use that mug thing at a Starbucks, or you just?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just bring your travel mug in and just say, fill her up.
Do this.
Do this.
Oh.
You know what to do. Yeah.
I haven't
So
been to
why
Starbucks
not?
in a long time.
You haven't?
No, I just have a nice little coffee maker at home. I'm
Nice little. Oh,
pretty-
that's cute.
Yeah, thanks. That's very nice.
You know, I don't go to Starbucks all that much, but I do treat myself because, like, you get those stars.
Oh, sure.
So I build up my stars, and
I've
then
heard of this.
I get rewarded about once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know nothing
Other-
about this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
You're on
fine.
the morning show. It's like really the only thing.
That's why I have my own
was just
coffee
gonna
maker.
Say, oh, that's true.
Always
All
need
right.
coffee.
All right, 6:15 now. Get your coffee, people. It is also Friday. Maybe that's motivation enough. We're taking a live look here at Boise, thanks to our Bronco Motors Hyundai Tower Kia. We're going to be right back for more Good Morning Idaho after the break, and we'll have your weather forecast with Anna Zalian.
Good morning, Idaho, and happy Friday this morning. Current conditions in downtown Boise. We're looking at 36 degrees and a little bit of wind that's going to make that feel a little bit colder, but not too big of a temperature change for that feels like temperature. Visibility is looking good across the area this morning, so that's not something you have to worry about for your commute. You may see some scattered showers depending on where you are this morning, so that is something to keep in mind for your morning commute. Throughout the day, we're going to see similar conditions to yesterday. We're starting off mostly sunny. Some clouds will come in throughout the day, so we'll see kind of that scattered sunshine peeking out from those clouds, but enough that it shouldn't be too gloomy. That wind will remain throughout the day, get a little bit stronger, but again, won't impact that feels like temperature too much. So that 60 degrees that you see, we may even hit 62. It'll feel more like the upper 50s, probably maybe mid 50s throughout the area. Similar conditions in the Treasure Valley, those partly cloudy conditions and temperatures across the board in the 60s, hitting 63 in Nampa, 63 in Caldwell, and 63 in Kuna. Over in the west central mountains, they're starting out with some clouds and then we'll transition to more sun throughout the day. Also seeing temperatures a little bit warmer, 52 degrees in Council, in the 40s in McCall and Cascade. Over in the east central mountains, also seeing some clouds today and temperatures in the mid 40s across the board, 44 in Fairfield, Sun Valley and Stanley. In the Magic Valley, also going to see some clouds throughout the day and temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 50s. Now we are seeing some kind of scattered snow filtering out through our mountain regions this morning and then Saturday. This is Saturday at 9 p.m. when the rain and snow will be most widespread. In the Treasure Valley, it'll start late afternoon, early evening. So get those outdoor plans in the morning or early afternoon on Saturday. So we're seeing rain in the Treasure Valley, snow more towards the north in our mountain regions. We may see some snow overnight in Boise, and some scattered snow will remain throughout the morning, but it'll mostly clear up by late morning or even early morning, depending on where you are. As far as accumulation goes, we're just seeing a couple inches in our mountain regions, 2 inches at Tamarack, 3 inches at Brundage, but still fresh snow is fresh snow, especially if you want to get some spring skiing or snowboarding in. So again, today we're looking at really nice spring-like conditions. We'll get some more wind towards the evening. That'll remain through Saturday when we'll see that rain in the afternoon, evening, and overnight into Sunday. Then Sunday, that wind will strengthen into some stronger wind gusts. But next week is looking like a really perfect start to spring. The official start to spring is Sunday. And then we're seeing a lot of sun throughout the week and temperatures getting up even into the upper 60s. We could even hit 70 on Wednesday with that 69 degrees. We'll keep you updated on what that will look like as we get closer there. And it is 6:21. After the break, Dolly Parton might end up in the Hall of Fame after all. We'll explain why in Trending News. But first, here is a look at today's school lunch menus.
And we're taking a live look at the Village, and every time I look at the Village now, all I see is In-N-Out, but it's not even there. I just see like a hologram that's getting like more opaque.
Oh,
you know, is it there? Is it? I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, I'll stop saying it because I don't want to, jinx it for you there, but
yeah, thank you.
This is the last time I'm going to mention the fact that it could be sitting right there in the next 6 to 8 months. Or if Matt helps build it.
He'll build it. I will move
if they build
for
it,
you.
he will come.
Yes.
All right, Trendy this morning. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they're keeping Dolly Parton on the ballot, even though she asked to bow out. She didn't want to be on the ballot.
Yeah. Earlier this week, the country music legend said she wanted to decline her nomination to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She compared it to putting AC/DC in the Country Music Hall of Fame. Yeah, you won't see that. But after a few days of radio silence, the answer came. Dolly will still be nominated. The Cleveland-based Hall of Fame responded saying, quote, "We are in awe of Dolly," unquote. That's all they said. Several country legends who have influenced rock music are in the hall already, like Hank Williams and Brenda Lee. Besides, 1,200 ballots have already gone out to voters with Dolly's name on them. If selected, Dolly could join diverse nominees this year, like Eminem, a rap artist, and Duran Duran. So, I feel like...
It's funny that they're like, no, we don't accept.
Yeah.
Thank you, but you're still there.
Exactly.
I wonder what their thought was in just not sort of... I would just think that they would honor her wish of... Are they basically saying, don't worry, you're not going to win, we just want to keep your name up there, like as an honor?
I feel like
I don't know.
It's not an honor. If she's, I mean, let her. What she wants to do, she was saying she wants to, for her husband,
Sure.
put out some type of rock.
Yeah, so give her a couple
album.
years.
Yeah, let her do that. But she has a good point. You know, you wouldn't put AC/DC in the Country Music Hall of Fame. At the same time, there are so many artists and bands that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that aren't really rock and roll. So
Leads me to my next story,
Okay.
a different type of music.
Sure.
Even at 80 years old, George Clinton, he hasn't given up the funk. The musician, he is known as the godfather of funk, and he returned to his hometown of Newark, New Jersey for his birthday. So he visited his alma mater, Avon Elementary School, and it was there where Clinton started his career as a musician. So in his honor, the school renamed the music room to the George Clinton Band Room.
Hey.
And during his trip to Newark, Clinton was also excited here because they named a street after him.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And the celebration caps off with a performance today by Clinton and his bands is Parliament and Funkadelic.
nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I mean, just to get to go to your hometown, name a street after you.
Yeah,
That's pretty fun.
that's where you're raised, and just
Yeah.
to see that. I mean, what an honor to get a street named after you. I think that's bigger than we realize. That's really cool.
Time now for GMI Wants to Know. It is National Awkward Moment Day. Awkward. So what's an awkward, funny moment that you have seen or experienced recently?
Some fun one. Here's a big story. Mary says she once spent a couple of hours at an airport gate talking to Sean Michael Scott. He is, if I'm not mistaken, he is the actor who played Stifler.
Oh.
I think.
Is that?
He's talking about everything, she says, from his dog that was with him to his mom, elephants, tattoos, Boise State. And the whole time she had no idea who he was.
Oh.
So
I don't feel so alone in that. We're going to definitely Google that
Yeah.
in the break. Be like, we think we know who that is.
I'm pretty sure that's Stifler.
That's so funny. Okay, 6:27 now. Coming up in our second half hour, a local school district. They're working to fill hungry bellies. We're going to show you how.
Today on Good Morning Idaho, filling hungry bellies to keep kids in classrooms. How a local school district is fighting hunger.
Plus, heartbreak on the hardwood for the Boise State Broncos, but they're already looking ahead. We're going to tell you what's next.
And spoil yourself with a sweet scent unique to the Gem State. It's something you'll only smell right here in Idaho. Good Morning Idaho starts right now.
This is Idaho News 6, Good Morning Idaho, with Kristen Scolvera, Matt Sizemore, and Frankie Catafias.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to Good Morning Idaho here on this Friday. I'm Matt Sizemore.
And I'm Kristen Scovera. Thanks so much for joining us on Channel 6, Apple TV, or wherever you might be streaming us this morning. We are going to turn it over now to Anna Zalian. She's in today to tell us all about our Friday and our Saturday and all that nice spring weather. Yeah, maybe even Sunday. I don't know. Let's see what she says.
Got it all.
But yeah, hey, Anna, how are we looking right now?
Things are looking good. We're definitely have some spring-like weather in store that you can look forward to. This morning, we're starting off a little chilly with that 36 degrees in Boise, and there is a little bit of wind that's going to make that feel a bit colder, more like 30 degrees, and that wind's going to stick around throughout the day, but it's not going to get too much stronger than it is right now, so we should still feel like the upper 50s when we hit that 60-degree mark, maybe mid-50s, but still we'll be much warmer than winter weather, more spring-like, and especially with the sunshine that will stick around throughout the day. We'll see some clouds mixed in too, but plenty of sun to make it not too gloomy. But on Saturday, that's when things are going to change. The morning and early afternoon should be okay, but after that, we're going to see some rain, and that'll stick around into Sunday, where the wind that we will also see on Saturday will get a little bit stronger and more like stronger wind gusts. So Sunday might not be the day for outdoor activities, but next week, that's when we're really getting into that spring-like weather, hitting temperatures in the upper 60s, maybe even the low 70s, with plenty of sunshine.
Now, the Idaho News 6 Traffic Report, brought to you by Larry Miller.
And we are taking a look at I-84 at 5 Mile Road. Definitely seeing some more cars on the road this morning, but doesn't look like things are too backed up. Maybe add an extra minute or two if you're headed that way, but nothing too bad to be concerned about. Drive times, despite that red color there, drive times are looking good so far this morning. 29 minutes from Caldwell to downtown Boise, 30 minutes from downtown Boise to Caldwell, and then 35 minutes from Middleton to downtown Boise. So really looking good across the board for your commute to school or work this morning.
At Lincoln Elementary, 90% of the students qualify for free or reduced lunches. For some students, that may be the only meal they'll have the entire day. That's why the Twin Falls School District is addressing food insecurity. There are 11 food pantries across the Twin Falls School District. Inside these pantries, you can find canned foods, hygiene products, and school supplies.
Things definitely amped up with COVID and shifting jobs and people moving in and people leaving. And I think there was just so much chaos that was happening that we definitely felt that there was kind of this increased need for support.
While the food pantries provide access to the food, they don't provide students with access to the fresh foods they need. That's where grocery gift cards come into play.
These families could then go to grocery outlet, they could get eggs and milk and cheese and meat and have those proteins to really round out that full meal.
Together, the Twin Falls School District Education Foundation's Stephanie Hudson and at-risk and homeless coordinator Becky James are working to assist students and families facing social and economic hardships.
Many of them are very tearful as they realize what I have there. And they walk away just so grateful to be able to have a gift card for shoes or a voucher to get clothes for their kids or grocery card to get groceries.
The Twin Falls School District says there are over 350 homeless children in the district, but Becky James says that number could be higher. James says there are several families living in motels, cars, and when it warms up, tents. Through this program, the district can bridge the gap between those in need and finding longer-term assistance.
We're all just so grateful that we can kind of be the ones that are connecting these and making sure our kiddos are taken care of, but it really takes a village to make that happen.
Now, organizers are working with Magic Valley community partners to find funding to make this an ongoing program. Evelyn Avitia, Idaho News 6.
Well, the dreams of advancing in the big dance for the Boise State Broncos comes to a quick end. The 8th-seeded Broncos, who swept through the Mountain West Conference tournament, could not get enough shots to fall in the first half, and it was all uphill after that as the Memphis Tigers win and advance to the second round. But at least the Broncos weren't alone, as all 4 teams from the Mountain West lost. Steve Dent has more.
The NCAA tournament has not been kind to the Mountain West. Wyoming lost their play-in game against Indiana. Colorado State, a 6th seed, lost to the Michigan Wolverines. So what about the Boise State Broncos? I'm sports reporter Steve Dent, and the Broncos, an 8th seed, found themselves in a matchup with the number 9 seed Memphis Tigers.
To the West Regional, where Boise State had a hard time dealing with the athleticism of Memphis, who went on a 26-7 run as the Tigers out-rebounded the Broncos, dominated them in the paint, and made it difficult for BSU to score on offense. Memphis led 38-19 at intermission. But in the second half, behind a pro-Boise State crowd, the Broncos began a furious comeback as this team refused to quit, led by Abu Kijab, who scored all 20 of his points in the second half. He scored 14 straight for Boise State at one point, and the Broncos would get it to within 5. But in the end, that deficit was too much to overcome, and Memphis ends Boise State's season beating the Broncos 64-53. The last 2 years have been difficult. So I hope you found as much inspiration in this team as I did, with players from different countries and backgrounds coming together to play for each other. This team won the Mountain West regular season title outright for the first time ever. They won the conference tournament for the first time ever and had a school record 27 wins. They just weren't able to reach that next milestone. They still haven't won a game in the NCAA tournament, but what a ride it's been.
The Treasure Valley still has a team playing during March Madness as the College of Idaho defeated Grace 71-66 in the NIAI National Championships round of 16. The Yotes will play on Saturday at 11 a.m. Steve Dent, Idaho News 6.
And even with the game in the middle of the day, Bronco fans that couldn't make it out to Portland filled several downtown breweries and bars to cheer on their team. Suds, Western Proper, and Tap House, to name a few, all hosted watch parties for fans to come out and cheer on their Broncos against Memphis. Dressed in their best fan gear with maybe a touch of green as well, Boise State fans were ready for a round one victory. And even though it was a heartbreaking loss for Bronco Nation, the fans stayed true until the very end, cheering until that last whistle.
I'm very disappointed they didn't win, but I think they had a fantastic season, and I think next year is going to be even better. I'm wearing Gonzaga because I wanted them to play Boise State University. I thought bringing back Mark Few against Leon Rice was going to be the best game ever. Go Broncos!
I wanted to see that too. Although the loss marks the end of this year's Boise State's basketball run, Bronco Nation has a lot to look forward to. Hey, spring football has already started with a spring game slated for Saturday, April 9th.
Working with cows certainly won't leave you smelling like roses. That's why the Roan cow creator, Tori Little, is getting her hands dirty so you can keep your hands clean.
So that we have a nice clean edge here. Oops.
As much as Tori Little loves working with cows, she was ready to tap into her creative side and find a fresh way to get clean. Managing a dairy, she was surrounded by black and white cows, but one calf stood out.
Out of all of these cows, there was one cow that was like mostly roan and speckled, and she was a different breed. And so I just kind of fell in love with her. She was my favorite color, and then she had this gorgeous roan calf.
Little bought the calf, and the Roan cow was created. It's a Western bath and body company where Little hand blends, tests, and invents one-of-a-kind signature fragrances.
I kind of get into my creative groove pulling together fragrances that you won't find anywhere else. I kind of turn into a little bit of a mad scientist.
At the Roan cow, you'll find products like soaps, body butter, bath soaks, and wax melts.
And so I pour basically what is on that sheet.
Patience is key. Little says the perfect soaps take days to make. She says the company allows customers to connect with their Western and Idaho roots.
We have like such a sense of home state pride, and even people that move out of state, they still come back to shop with us or send relatives gifts that have been in Idaho. So it's just, there's a fabulous sense of community here.
Cowboys and cowgirls can treat themselves and buy these products directly from theroancow.com. In Twin Falls, Evelyn Avitia, Idaho News 6.
Time now is 6:40. Still to come here on Good Morning Idaho, a fourth COVID shot could be on the way for some Americans, and we'll tell you what it could mean for you.
Taking a look at some of your top headlines this morning, President Joe Biden will get on the phone with Chinese President Xi Jinping this morning to talk about the war in Ukraine. Biden is expected to warn Xi that China will pay a serious price if it helps Russia with military or economic aid. The pair is also expected to discuss other economic and security issues. And Moderna is asking the Food and Drug Administration to authorize a fourth dose of its COVID shot. Authorization would let all adults receive a second booster. It comes as experts warn of a COVID resurgence as the new BA2 variant spreads. It is 6:43 now, and coming up, take a breath. Put your feet up. It is finally Friday. We're going to take a look at some of the things that you can do in the Valley this weekend. Stay with us.
And here's a look at current conditions in downtown Boise. I'll tell you what to expect for the day ahead and into the weekend. Well, we are in for some spring-like weather in the day ahead. We're starting off a little bit cold at 36 degrees. There is some wind that's going to make that feel a little bit colder, more like 30 degrees, but things will warm up throughout the day, so you have that to look forward to. Mostly sunny skies this morning. Some clouds will develop throughout the day and that wind will stick around, but we're getting up to temperatures in the low 60s, maybe even hitting 62. Now, with that wind, it will feel a little bit colder, maybe more in the mid to upper 50s, but still some spring-like weather to look forward to ahead of the start of spring on Sunday. Temperatures in the 60s across the board here in the Treasure Valley, 64 in Vail, 64 in Ontario, and 62 degrees in Kuna. Over in the west central mountains, they're starting out with some clouds this morning, and then it'll get sunnier throughout the day. Also, fairly warm temperatures in the low to mid 40s, even up into the low 50s. 52 degrees in Council is the high today. East central mountains also having some cloudy skies today with temperatures in the mid 50s across the board. Over in the Magic Valley, could see some rain this morning, not anything too heavy, but just something to keep in mind as you head to school or work. Now, overnight snow flurries that we saw in the mountains, those have pretty much cleared out by this point, but we are expecting another system to come in on Saturday. This is Saturday at 9 p.m. when it will be most widespread. See that heavy rain here in the Treasure Valley, and then of course some snow up more in our mountain regions. Overnight in the Treasure Valley, we could see some snow showers, but it'll be light, no accumulation, just some flurries, not really anything that's going to stick on the ground. Might still stick around early Sunday morning, but then that will move more towards the east. Accumulation wise in our mountain regions, we're just looking at a couple of inches, about 2 inches of accumulation at Tamarack, 3 at Brundage, but still that fresh snow is still something to look forward to, especially if you are a skier or snowboarder and want to take advantage of that spring skiing kind of conditions. Now again, today we're looking at 62 degrees as the high. It'll feel a little bit colder, more in the 50s because of that wind. The wind will pick up a little bit more into overnight into Saturday when we'll see rain late afternoon into the evening, so get your outdoor activities in the morning. Sunday, that wind is going to develop into stronger gusts, so something to keep in mind there. And then we're looking at some really nice weather for the week ahead.
The Idaho News 6 Ski Report, brought to you by Larry Miller Subaru.
Now, we did have some snow showers overnight, but there wasn't really any accumulation at our ski resorts. Tamarack this morning, there have still been some flurries, but nothing that's accumulating to an inch. It's all less than an inch. But things are still open at Bogus Basin and at Tamarack Resort. Also open at Brundage and Sun Valley. Something to keep in mind is that Soldier Mountain is closed for the season.
Thanks very much. Now it is time for some things that you can do across our community. First up, Chris, and I know you are ready, but are you all ready, I might say, to sing your heart out? If so, head to Mad Sweet Downtown Brew Hall tonight. It's Karaoke Fridays, which means you can enjoy food, drinks, and of course, a lot of singing. Good or bad, doesn't matter. It's happening tonight at 9 o'clock to midnight in downtown Boise.
Who are you talking to when you're like good or bad? And then, yeah, I feel like that was directed
me
at
me, pretty much.
Okay, I know you like to sing. Do you like to dance, Matt?
No.
Okay, this is for you then.
Oh, good.
You can dance like nobody is watching tonight. It's your chance to learn how to salsa and bachata for just $10, and it's happening at Sound in Motion in Boise. That's 8:30 tonight until 1 o'clock this morning. See? You're trying to get me to karaoke. I'm trying to get you to dance somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
We will learn new skills. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, boy,
Speaking of awkward moments.
Yeah, that's our GMI wants to know. We just found ours. Check out a new farmers market also this weekend. Vendors will have artwork, fruits, veggies, meats, and more. The 35th Street Sunday Market opens this Sunday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. along Garden City Way in Boise. I'm excited. We've got farmers market season coming back.
That feels just like such a sign of spring. Here we had the time change. It's officially spring this weekend. We add some farmers markets, something to sing and dance about.
That's right. Get out to the local farmers market and karaoke and sing your hearts out.
Definitely don't karaoke at the farmers market. They're going to be like, it's really early and I need you to take it down.
Here's a vegetable. All right, we've got a new thing we're going to be doing here on GMI starting Monday. Let us help you celebrate if you're turning a 6. Any 6, like News Channel 6, that's us. 16, 26, 106, it doesn't matter what age. Just let us or send us a picture to our email listed right here on your screen, gmi@kivitv.com, and we'll mention your name right here on air during our 6 a.m. shows every weekday. GMI wants to celebrate your special day in style, so let us help you out there.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, now is a live look at Boise, courtesy of our Mark Motors Hyundai Tower Camp sitting on top of the Grove Hotel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the race to save Ukraine's art and culture. Hundreds of sandbags covering this statue in Odessa and priceless art now hiding underground of the National Museum. Dozens of volunteers wrapping these centuries-old statues in fireproof insulation and fortifying the walls outside of this chapel built in the 1600s. Lviv is a city built on history and its citizens determined to save it.
It's really important to look on that buildings because it helps people to remember that we are part of something really important for us, that we are a part of a nation, that we are a part of a big history of our country.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on these brave men and women, plus the very latest live reporting from on the ground across Ukraine. With your GMA First Look, I'm Maggie Bruley, ABC News.
And welcome back. Your time is 6:54.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the things you need to know before you go this morning. New details in the humanitarian crisis in Europe. We're learning an Idaho man is among the dead in Ukraine. Family members speaking out online saying the Driggs man, he was killed while standing in line for bread. The U.S. State Department confirming Jimmy Hill was gunned down by Russian soldiers. Hill traveled to Ukraine in December with his partner. She was being treated for multiple sclerosis.
Many folks see the suffering in Ukraine and want to help, and right now the safest and most efficient way to do that is to donate money. A number of talented on-the-ground nonprofits and NGOs have the training and resources to make sure your dollar goes exactly where it's most needed. So use a charity vetting service like charitynavigator.org to help you identify effective organizations helping Ukraine.
And the Twin Falls School District, they're working to combat food insecurity in the Magic Valley through food pantries and grocery gift cards. For many students in the district, school-provided meals, they're the only source of food as they face financial insecurities and even homelessness. To ensure that those in need are fed, reps with the district, they're working directly with students and families facing economic hardships.
And the dreams of advancing in the big dance for the Boise State Broncos comes to a quick end. The 8th-seeded Broncos, who swept through the Mountain West Conference tournament, could not get enough shots to fall in the first half. It was all uphill after that as the Memphis Tigers win and advance to the second round. But at least the Broncos weren't alone. All 4 teams from the Mountain West lost.
The Out the Door forecast, brought to you by Homes of Idaho.
If you are headed out the door, here's a final look of what to expect this morning. 35 degrees is the temperature in Boise right now, with a little bit of wind that's going to make that feel just a bit colder, so something to keep in mind. That wind is going to stick with us throughout the day, but it won't impact the temperature too much, so you'll still feel that mid to upper 50s kind of warmth, especially with the sunshine that we'll have throughout the day. There will be some clouds, especially later in the day, but enough sunshine that it's not too gloomy today.
Now the Idaho News 6 traffic report.
And we are taking a look at I-84 at 5 Mile Road. Definitely some more cars on the road right now, but no big accidents or slowdowns to be aware of. Might want to add an extra couple of minutes if you're headed that direction, but nothing too major to be aware of there. Drive times across the board are looking good as well. That yellow is a little bit deceiving because drive times are all normal. No backups there. 29 minutes from Caldwell to downtown Boise, and from Boise to Caldwell, we have 30 minutes, 35 minutes if you're headed from Middleton to downtown Boise.
Anna, thank you. Time now for GMI Wants to Know.
That's right. I want to try to get through these as quick as possible. We've got 2 good stories. Ginny says, in college, I worked downtown at a hotel. I was on the way to showing the band 38 Special to their rooms, and we're in the elevator. They ask if I'm coming to the show, and I reply, I don't know who you are. Whoops. Good story there, Ginny. And I got to read Jason's.
Keeping him humble.
Yeah, that's right. Jason says, when you book a seat on the airplane last minute, sit down in your seat only to find out they oversold the flight by 1. That one person standing in the aisle has no clue. It was me that bought their seat. Sorry, lady from Las Vegas last week.
Really? Bye.
Ooh, sorry, lady.
Oh, no.
You know, I always think, though, when they do that, when they say, oh, we'll offer you something cool, if I had nothing to do, $400 credit normally, something like that, I'd do that.
I'm going to take your seat. Perfect.
Fine with me.
Take a Matt's seat. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
That's right. We will see you all on Monday.